tryna get next to you, tryna get next to your body, oh yeah. Your love is too good for you, it's too good for your head. I'm tryna get next to you, tryna get next to your body, oh yeah.
Alright, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see next. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to go from D, which is terrible, and go straight to S, which is must have. Now, I really don't need to make this video because everyone who's good in PvP already knows what the lineup is. And I'm just keeping it a beam with y'all. This is not an all-star tower defense tier list. This is a all-star tower defense PvP tier list, alright? So it's not going to be the same. Trust me when I say that. Some units are going to be lower than usual. Some are going to be higher than usual. But with that being said, we can get right into it. So D, which is terrible. We have, and this is only 5 stars and a couple of 4 stars. We have Frieza, Kakashi, Whitebeard, Zenitsu, Tanjiro, Killua, Minato, this guy, I don't know his name, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, KCM Naruto, Rukia, Jinbei, Hawks, Kirito, and Ichigo. Now, some people be getting mad at me in the comments for like the low half of the tier list. I don't know why. Anything below A really doesn't matter, but I guess to each his own. For C, bad, we have the Homing Titan, Majin Vegeta, Luffy, Eren, Zetsu, Nami, the Doflamingo, Jotaro, Megumin, Deku, All Might, Broly, and Dio. Now, before we get any deeper, I need you guys to know this takes cost, AOE, DPS, everything into account. But at the same time, it also takes into account the context of PvP. So some units just aren't that good for PvP, especially since the units start out with higher health than they do in Infinite. Like it scales a little bit differently than Infinite. So unfortunately, some units are just not good. Now, some people might be lower than they should, but as you guys know, with all my tier lists, I don't like having everyone in S tier and A plus because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pointless to me to do that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and keep going. So, for B tier, we got Magi, Obito, Mob, Darui, Natsu, Stark, Toga, Maka, Gogeta, Rengoku, Byakuya, Gojo, Fujitora, Gon, and you know what? Let me stop skipping over. Let me explain why Gogeta is in B tier. So Gogeta is in B tier because running Goku and Vegeta, we can't start with neither of them in this game mode because the units start out with so much health, like I said, and it scales higher at the start than Infinite mode does, and at the end. Like for example, in Infinite mode, I can casually get to wave 58, but if it were scaled like this, a little bit higher, then I could see myself getting to wave 53 at most. I'd say wave 50. I don't know. You guys let me know how deep you guys are getting in these games at most, but right now, I just don't see a point in running Goku or Vegeta. That's just taking up 2 slots. You have to run Bulma. You have to run Whis. So that's 3 slots right there. So like Gogeta's taking up 3 slots plus the 3 you need for those 3. So there's honestly no point in running him. He might even be in C tier because of that. Rengoku, he's a good boss killer, so he's in B. Gojo, time stops aren't that good for this game mode. Especially, like I said, there's a specific lineup that you need to run, and right now Gojo he's just kind of like taking up space. Especially since you need Whis now, and Blackbeard is super good, so Gojo just kind of takes place, and you don't need him because you're not trying to cheese for waves. You're just trying to last longer than your opponent. So Gojo, you don't really need him. Gon, the reason why he's here, he's just not that good. He costs way too much, especially if you're trying to end games quickly. He's just not recommended. All right, so now we can keep going. We got Blackbeard, 5 star, Akaza, Ace, Yuno, and Nezuko. And Nezuko is another one that might piss some people off, but to be honest, Nezuko is just. I mean, if you're Infinite Irwin looping, I might bring her up. If you're Irwin training, then she might actually be pretty good. So I might put her in great. I'll say she's great, y'all. So I'll update it. I'll say she's great. She's in A tier. Because I know that's gonna piss a lot of people off. But the reason why I had her in B is because you need to carry a bleed unit and you need to carry her. And then, like I said, so she's taking up 2 slots to be good. And like I said, you need Whis, Bulma, Blackbeard. So that's 3 right there. Plus Irwin if you really want to win. So that's 4. So that's your 6 slots right there. So Nezuko is your only unit doing damage. Your bleed unit is no bleed unit in the game is going to be good enough to start out. So I don't see a point in running Nezuko. Alright, so great. Sasuke for the first, Sanemi, Nagato. Now, generally, Nezuko is better than Sanemi and Sasuke, but in the context of PvP, those 2 units are better. So I put them up here. So Sasuke, Sanemi, Nagato, Boo. Now, the God Captain. The reason why I put him up here is because he's actually capable of being a starter, and he's pretty damn good at it. Not to mention his 70 range. So to me, God Captain is definitely up there and great. We have Mihawk, who could have honestly been A plus, but I just feel like I see the 3 units ahead of him more than him simply because he costs so much. So it's kind of hard to get him out because air units come at wave 13. You know what I'm saying? What like I said, how their health scales is just kind of hard to get a Mihawk, and you're only gonna have space for 1 air unit in your lineup. You guys will see what I mean in a minute. So Whitebeard 6-star, Rukia 6-star, great, all great. They're great units. They just don't quite crack A plus, which is the meta, because not a lot of people run them. Because like I said, there are better units. So A plus meta, we only have 3 units, and that's Goku Black, Golden Frieza, and Minato. Now I wouldn't have put Minato up here because you don't really need a ground unit for the lineup that you're really gonna run. But like I was saying, uh, Minato, I still see him play. Like he's played by a lot of people who win too. So he's one of the people that you can, switch around maybe for Blackbeard, you know what I'm saying? Switch him in for Blackbeard or Light and you'll be fine. But you won't go to like Diamond playing comp. Like it's like a lot of people they dodge comp and they get to Diamond. But if you're playing comp consistently, then you're probably not running Minato because you will lose. But so yeah, Goku Black, Golden Frieza, and Minato. I see these people played a lot, so I put them up here. And then finally in S tier, this is the lineup that you have to run if you're playing comp and you want to win. And then of course you want all your units to be level 80, and you want to make sure that you're doing the right strategy. So first up we got Mustang, then we got 6-star Blackbeard, Whis, Light, Irwin, and Bulma. I'm telling you guys right now, if you run this lineup and you run it correctly, you will not lose an All-Star Tower Defense PvP. Alright, you will not lose, especially if they're all level 80. Now, if you play a mirror match and basically they're running the exact same squad as you and they're also level 80, then it's going to come down to how you time your stuns with the bosses and if you're infinite Irwin looping. If you're not, or Irwin training. If you're not Irwin training, then you're going to lose. And it also depends sort of how you place your units. But if you do it the right way, you will not lose with those 6 characters. Now, like I said, you can interchange Golden Frieza or Goku Black with Troy Honda, or you can switch out Blackbeard for Minato. But right off rip, if you're not running Light, Irwin, Bulma, and Whis, then you're probably gonna lose. Like, I'm just telling you straight up. If you're not running those 4 units, then 9 times out of 10 you will lose. One, Light, because you just need him, especially when you get to the later waves. You'd rather have him than not have him because if you're playing against someone who does have him, you will lose. Irwin because you need him to boost, and also Infinite Irwin train. If you're Irwin training, then there's literally no way for you to lose. I don't see how you're going to lose unless you're playing someone that's just straight up better than you. Bulma, you obviously need. Sorry for that pause. Bulma, you obviously need Bulma because Bulma gives you the money. You have to run Bulma. It doesn't matter what game mode. Bulma and Irwin, they're literally universal. You have to run them in every game mode, or you will lose. So I think it makes perfect sense that they're up here. So those 2 are not debatable. Light is not debatable in my opinion because, like I said, if you play someone that has Whis, then you will lose. If you don't have Whis, oh my God, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, if you play someone with Whis and you both have Whis, and you don't have Light, then you will lose because bosses, when you have Whis, they're all neutralized, right? So there's no point in running bosses because there's Whis, right? So, or there is a point, and I'll get to that in a second. But if you have Whis and the other person has Whis, then you have to have Light, or it's just gonna come down to luck, right? Blackbeard to slow down the units. This is going to help you get some more waves in because, like I said, you're trying to last longer than your opponent. So if all the units are moving slower, then this gives you an actual chance. Now, if they use Beerus to stun your units, then that means that your Blackbeard will not slow them down. And if they're really good with timing their stuns, then that's gonna be what, like, once you get past wave 45, it's gonna come down to those stuns. Because once you, depending on how you time those stuns, like I said, that can make or break whether you win. But if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see next. Sorry for those pauses or breaks at the end of the video. I was kind of losing focus because of stuff going on in my background. But I'm about to hit 1K, so go ahead and hit that sub button. And I appreciate all the views, man. You can comment down below if you have debates, and we out.